Hello guys, this is G with another little indie review, this time of a little gem that I've really been enjoying. If you fancy playing a decent 2D platformer, consider putting Trial by Vikings somewhere near the top of your shopping list. With both visual style and gameplay mechanics reminiscent of the Bitmap Brothers' 1991 game Gods, Last Life's game's developers may have been inspired by the old classic, but have clearly modernized both aspects to stay more up to date with development in gaming. Where Gods put you in the leathery footwear of Hercules with a Greek pantheon to address, Trial by Vikings head north and into the Norse and Germanic mythology. You play as a Viking who looks like a cousin to Eric the Swift from the Lost Vikings, taking on the Jotun Loki and his minions across a set of 9 realms created by Loki and seemingly quite unlike the original ones. Loki has destroyed the sun and scattered across his new realms, and our fearless Viking is chosen by the Allfather, aka Odin, to collect these and restore order. Oddly enough, you can use these sunstones to trade for upgraded equipment. You were meant to get them for Odin, but end up bartering them away for faster shoes, better axes and grappling hooks. Whether this is in trade with Odin, or you are handing them off to a third party despite your initial deal with the Allfather is left unsaid. The game does manage several nods towards various elements of Norse mythology, though with a few liberties that may or may not irk some people. An early example in the game has Nidokra, the dragon, portrayed as a winged, fire-spewing lizard, when dragons in the Eddas are closer to ground-based or subterranean, serpents with poison or acid, though one reference does state that Nidokra can fly. The wolf Fenrir is naturally also included in the game, being the son of Loki, but visually it seems closer to later revisions of the Greek hellhound of Cerberus with his 3 heads. Of course, deviations from old mythologies, nothing to get too worked up about, or I'd be busy writing about Marvel's interpretations. Yes, we have to talk a little bit about controls, because they can make or break a game like this, and in this one they feel a little slippery and awkward. The first thing you'll notice is it uses a slightly odd combination of WASD and arrow keys, but you can remap these easily to, for example, a controller. Yes, I recommend you find an old controller and use that instead of keyboard, even if you're used to the latter. The initial introduction level seems simple enough, and controlling the main character seems easy, but it soon feels as if ice has been added to the floor, and you skid a little bit after jumps, making landing on ledges slightly very frustrating. There's also a spirit rolling maneuver which is initiated by pushing forward twice. This is an ingenious setup, as it means you'll drop off edges if you try inching forward step by step. The game presents all the usual puzzles and mechanics, rotating big gears, stacking boxes, and a few novel ones, like polar bears. And while they're usually trivial enough, there are cases where the controls seemingly freak out and the box you are pushing starts flying through the air. Some of the puzzles seems designed to be revisited once you bought the required gear, i.e. going back and replaying a level, while others are very in your face about how to solve them immediately. There are 130 levels in the game across 13 areas with 27 boss battles, so some repetition should be expected, but the game still managed to keep things varied enough through most of this. Level design is generally good, but there are places bound to frustrate you simply because of the ways it can be failed. Trial by Viking is definitely a little gem with a decent amount of playtime and value for money at the usual €15, especially if you're into single-player 2D platformers and puzzle games. The save game mechanics let you stop and restart on any level already visited, so even taking a longer break is no problem, just go back a few levels to get into the groove again. The graphics are clear, though music is a bit underdeveloped. Sound effects are simple and to the point, but the game could perhaps do with some voiceover for the story parts. Bamsters are rating it a 7 on design, 8 on challenge, 7 on fun, 7 on replay, 8 on price, giving it an overall rating of 7.4 out of 10. Definitely recommend it.